Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Let's get into this. So, hi guys. I hope all is well. I am here bringing you guys a message, right? Straight from the divine. I am not going to be discussing anything concerning periodic table or aliens today. However, there are some things that we need to go over. I got this download maybe Saturday. In fact, it happened to me, meaning in my life it happened to me, and then it happened to my child. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys just a little backstory. Children can be stolen in the spirit. Okay? Yes, people physically abduct babies and children. And it is possible for babies to end up in families that they are not supposed to be in as a result of magic. Or if someone is doing womb magic, your baby can be held back and pushed into a dimension that other entities have access to, where they can sort of pick and pry information from your fetus. This can go multiple ways, okay? So when I say that it happened to me, I mean that there was so much magic going on in my bloodline that I was spiritually and physically stolen from my actual blood family, okay? And we'll get into the details later, but I'm just giving you the rundown, right? Then when it comes to me, I had a baby, I was pregnant, and then magic was done on me, right? And not only did it cause me to miscarry, my baby was now given to someone who was practicing magic on me. So when I say that a baby can be stolen, the conception, and these are babies that are gifted, right? Nobody's just going to go around stealing babies unless they're freaking psychotic. But if you are one of those people who come from a particular bloodline, or if you have been attacked, the attack can trickle down and go to you. There's several things, right, that can occur as a result of magic being done on your womb, okay? And I'm not really sure if we really went into womb magic. I know we've had several discussions about magic of all sorts, right? But the womb magic is really, and we have, because we talked about the chakras and everything like that. And we kind of touch bases on it, but not to this level, right? First of all, if someone finds you vivacious enough to spiritually attack you at all, I think that speaks volumes, right? Whether you come from a high-ranking bloodline or not, whether you have gifts or not. People sometimes are just vampires for energy, and they need energy, and they attack any and everyone that they can. Some people are a little more particular. The people that attack you for your gifts are the people that have access to you, and those are the people who are your warlocks, your witches, the people that work behind the scenes to spiritually attack you and to also extract whatever energy you may have, right? It could be your physical energy, your spiritual energy, your life force itself, okay? Your creative energy, however it goes. When your womb is under attack, it attacks a lot of things, right? mainly the things that you can create, okay? So anything that requires your creative energy, also your partner. So if you are in a relationship, if you're set to be in a relationship, if you already have children, if you're set to have more children, if you don't have children and you're set to have children, these are all the things that can be affected when your womb is under attack, okay? And this is how the energy of your fetus is also stolen. When people know that you have a purpose, they 9 times out of 10 know that if you have a kid, that kid will be gifted as well. Or if they just know that you're going to be the one to give birth to the starseed, the indigo, the black sheep, the curse breaker, the billionaire, your womb gets attacked to kind of shrink their life before it even happens. Or to say, you know what, I want to have a baby where my baby can have all the gifts that baby's supposed to have. Let's do a switcheroo in the spirit. And this is probably a little easier to do simply because we haven't been introduced to these energies yet. I mean, some of us, we have had dreams about our children. Our children visit us in the spirit. We know our children's voices. We know how they look. We know who the other parent is going to be, whether you're the male or the female, masculine or feminine, doesn't matter. 9 times out of 10, if the creator has showed you who your child is going to be, if he's giving you a name for them already, if you have been working on repairing your relationship with the other parent, if the creator has forewarned you, right, that your child is going to be gifted, 9 times out of 10, you've been attacked already in the spirit, in the womb, and there are several attempts to steal your child. Sometimes what'll happen is they'll come out with certain birth defects, okay? So they might come out blind, deaf, autistic, having behavioral issues. And these are all like the symptoms of the karma that is related and associated to the result of witchcraft and black magic being done, right? So sometimes the people who are practicing or attacking their children will come out with those things. Or if you are not privy to what's going on, then your kid can come out with one of those conditions. It is likely that if this happened to you, if the life force of your kid is supposed to come, if the baby didn't come, whether it was a stillbirth, a miscarriage, or you're just trying and you can't conceive, if many things are happening that are not allowing you to be in a space to create that sort of life, and you feel that this was already stolen and the baby is physically here, then this means that the timeline is closed. Okay, and that's absolutely fine, because if the creator allows that, then that means the energy or the pipeline that the infant was coming through was not good for them anyway. So you have to be willing to close that timeline, close all of that off, and open yourself up to the new energy, right? Even if it is with the same person or if it's a different person. Usually if it's a different person, that's like a telltale sign. If it's with the same person, then it's like a telltale sign that some sort of curse has to be broken or it's been broken, okay? The sign of life is one of those things that's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? So sometimes you will get confirmation that a curse has been broken via the sign of life, or sometimes this sign of life or this new sign of life is a sign that the curse has been effective and it's went through. So you have to look at where you are in this situation and kind of place yourself where you should be. A lot of people don't understand this from the spiritual aspect. And it's rather hard to get people to understand and identify what this even means. Sometimes people feel like they were born into the wrong family. If you are the black sheep, the curse breaker, you probably were stolen in spirit, or you probably are going to give birth to a child where an attempt was done to steal the essence of your kid, okay? All of these things vary. All of these things have different cases and scenarios, right? Each of them are going to be meaning something different. So if you are the person who is responsible for carrying, that child, your womb is not only going to be under attack, your vessel is going to be under attack, your spirit is going to be under attack, your mental health is going to be under attack, your finances are going to be attacked. These are all the things that are required in order for you to provide great care to a baby, or even to yourself when you are expecting. You have to understand that these are not one of those conversations where we could just be like, okay, yeah. No, like, research can back up what I'm saying, especially if you had a miscarriage and you conceived right after. That hints and it points to your ability to open and close portals and cycles in an abrupt manner, and that your kid is going to be able to make it through the chaos of the warfare. And it's also a sign that they are immune. See, a lot of these indigos and starseeds, they are the beginning, right? And this is how you kind of could start. It's like we get that fork in the road, and this is how you figure out which direction you can take and which applies to you and what doesn't, okay? The starseeds, the indigos, the chosen ones, the anointed ones, a lot of these portals are new portals to the ethers, okay? So the ones that are dying or miscarrying or stillborn and we're waiting for a new threshold to come, it's because there's an aligned time and location for this energy to come into this dimension, okay? If the baby died and came right back, then 9 times out of 10, they're like one of those ancestors that have reincarnated. It's something that needs to be finished off before the new cycle can begin, okay? And usually the reincarnated soul, or the ancestor coming back, or the shapeshifter, is the one that gives birth to, that new life, that indigo, that starseed, that chosen one, okay? You have to figure out which one is which, because after a while, it all starts to look and sound the same. And none of us really know. I mean, unless you've experienced this miscarriage firsthand, like it was you or your partner, the other parent, then you know what comes along with that, okay? That energy doesn't necessarily leave you. It goes back to the ethers for new energy to be surrounding it so it can get a new vessel and a new timeline, okay? We can get into the timelines that are associated with these deaths. I think that's a separate conversation, which I really do believe it is. Even though it can be tied to this is one of those topics that causes confusion. And if you are not willing to place yourself in the right frequency, meaning if you're still crying saying, oh, my baby died, or they took my baby, or it's going to put a damper, okay, on what else is coming, all right? But I'm going to end it here. I do love y'all. I hope y'all have been drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea, because it is most definitely free. Yes, people can be stolen in the spirit. All right. Love y'all.